Many complain that Rogue Lineage is too difficult, an inherently toxic community with boosters running rampant, scammers, exploiters, large houses filled with players whose lives are so dull they revel in the idea of ruining your hard-earned progress. It would seem that the game itself was created with a general lack of empathy for the individual, honest player. I personally believe that this is merely one of the many perspectives one could take, and I would suggest looking at the game through a different lens to help understand the many facets of Rogue Lineage that could be missed if one were too closed-minded. Rogue Lineage is a game that capitalizes on our deeply rooted desires to face adversity and struggle. As stated by the great philosopher Giordano Bruno, if in bodies, matter, and entity there were not mutations, variety, and vicissitude, there would be nothing agreeable, nothing good, and nothing pleasurable. We see that every pleasure consists only in a definite transit, journey, and motion. Just as troublesome and sad is the state of hunger, so displeasing and grave is the state of satiety. But that which does delight us is the motion from the one state to the other. The state of venereal ardor torments us, the state of unrequited lust saddens us, but that which satisfies us is the transit from one state to the other. Your first time joining the game, you appear in a world with nothing, and little to no guidance on what should be done next. Not only do you not know how to progress, you do not even know if progression exists, or if there is any point to any action you take whatsoever. I personally believe that this framework of total uncertainty is one of the most difficult to implement into a game's design. And the success that Ragozza and his team have achieved with it is often overlooked. The problem with this concept lies in the necessity of faith that the player must have in the developers. The player must trust that there are hidden facets to the game beyond getting gripped. The individual must believe that the developers have created opportunities for some sort of progress that can make the game worthwhile. I personally believe that the stunning art style, the race and purgatory system, and the satisfying combat mechanics perfectly achieve the feat of instilling faith in the individual. I find this to be the very best framework of all, and this is entirely due to its similarity to the world we actually live in. If we throw aside all beliefs we currently hold about the world, it becomes very grueling and dark. We have appeared conscious and self-reflecting into a world, or perhaps better said, as a part of the world, with no knowledge whatsoever of anything. We quickly learn that everyone we know will die, and we too likewise will die. What offers us some type of individual meaning, something to grasp amidst this seemingly meaningless turmoil, is faith. Some believe in an afterlife such as heaven, others hold that death is the end of everything. I say this to you all. We are living presently in all that ever was and is. The afterlife is now. What is the difference between non-existence before birth and after death? There is no difference. There is no separation void. Are you suggesting you're approaching a different place from where you came? How can that be? You have appeared from non-existence, from the same place you will go after death. How could this place in which we currently reside not rightly be called the afterlife? All is one. Anyways, by clinging to our hopes, our aspirations, our fantastic projections of how we may be in the future, we learn to revel amidst the turmoil, the vicissitudes of the game. Perhaps there is no true goal, no intrinsic finish line we shall cross and be satisfied. This doesn't matter. It's in the animating contest of striving that we can truly enjoy ourselves. To offer an analogy, while working out, we find an increased level of stress on the body whilst doing so. For example, being in a fasted state or being dehydrated spikes our human growth hormone roughly 5 times. Among other things, this actually returns more muscle growth and benefits in the same workout with more optimal conditions. Likewise, the harsh atmosphere of Rogue Lineage, the stress it places upon its players with limited lives and a permadeath mechanic, toxic boosted players who grip you time and time again. All of this only allows you to expand your own perceptions, adapt, and become more creative with how you will progress. You will meet other players stuck in the same situation as you. You will eventually progress, and once you finally do, the satisfaction you'll feel will be many times greater than any other game. I believe Rogue Lineage is a masterpiece due to its brutal realism and its urging of players to bring forth their latent creativity. While many games do the creative work for the player, turning them into an almost mechanical NPC, simply fulfilling the requirements scripted for them by the game's developers, Rogue does the exact opposite and forces the player's creativity to flourish. As only a relatively small group of players know, Rogue Lineage is not the first masterpiece to emerge. There's long existed a community of players aware of and anxiously anticipating the release of relatively unknown titles from Naruto Online, One Piece Online, shit ton of other titles, from previously almost entirely unknown game developers outside of this small community. Raguza and Snake World being notable members among them. In an ongoing effort, I'll be let it known to all of you that it was Raguza himself who promoted me to being captain of the Marines in a game known as One Piece Requiem. I don't know. I just felt like fucking including that. There you go. That's it. There's my essay. I hope you guys fucking enjoyed that shit, and I hope you don't fucking hate. Because maybe I sound like a little bitch because I was nervous. I don't know. Anyways, good luck.